Hey board gamers, BJ from Game Gumbo, back in the Gumbo pot, this time with our continuing series, 3 rules you might miss the first time you play a game. This time we're taking a look at FANTASYFORM by Lucas Gentry and Button Shy Games. The first one is, what do you do when you get stuff? Okay, when you get stuff from the board, I'll show you the quick rule about what happens. If you're buying upgrades from the market, they're just going to rotate with what you already have. For instance, I've got a torch. That's what you start with. Let's say that I wanted to get the guild loan contract because I needed some shards. I would just replace these after paying whatever the costs are. In this case, 0. But if you're buying the torch, it'd be 3. So they just replace. The same thing happens with your companions. If I wanted to move the guide up and get a healer instead, I'd pay the 5 shards and I'd put that right here in the same place that it was. And the guide goes back to wherever they were. But the essences work a little different. Let's say that I purchased the Marshall essence for, in this case, it would be 1. I would move down my shards and here. Then later on, if I use that essence for its special power, or if the cards, the encounter cards, or the arrival forces me to discard it, they don't go to your discard pile. That wasn't clear to me in the rules. They actually go to the left over here, adding to the essence. So it makes the game actually harder if you do it wrong, and that's what I was doing. We're going to put them back over here, which gives you more time to explore and to run your market engine and all that. So that's the first one. That's where you put stuff. The second rule is all about when you upgrade your actual form, when you turn your alchemist into its form. Let's say that you did have the 20. Well, during the game, you've been getting tagged by all the different encounters. Maybe even you got hit by the rival in its form, and you're down to only 2. When you spend the 20 shard to get the form that you're going to become, in this case, it's water, then that water becomes my form. It replaces the alchemist who goes back into this thing, and then this goes on this side. So now whatever I was before gets converted here because your new form is always at full strength. So going down to water is only a 4, but it's got a really strong power. If you're the earth one, for instance, that earth one has a 7. So if you're down to only 1 or 2, you might want to buy the earth one because it's going to, even though it doesn't have a special power, because it's going to give you a boost all the way to full health of 7, which can really help you win the game. The third one that I missed is one that I think a lot of people miss. It's when you first come to this part here and you find out what the form is of your alchemist. So I have it set up like this. This is the rival. And now let's just say that the board was all set up. We're down to 1 or less in the deck. And it's time to find out who my rival is. The first time you do it is unique. You're going to flip this over. And that's the timer in the game, right? The 4. And then you're going to take out of the discard that the very first form. In this case, let's just say it was Earth. And then the Earth goes here. The rival always starts at full strength, but that's all you do the first time. We're not going to get tagged by any of the special powers or anything. I did that wrong. I thought that they attack you and I'm supposed to attack back. No, the first one is just about setting up. Then I'm going to run the game again until it's the next time to go to the rival. All right, I've really enjoyed my plays of FANTASYFORM from Lucas Gentry, and the rulebook is good. There's just 2 or 3 little things that I missed that made it a lot harder. I dove into the BGG forums and I did find those rules, but hopefully if you're watching this video, you can get up to speed even quicker than I did and get right to enjoying the game, because once the rules get out of the way and you're just moving the cards around and playing the game feels so much better and it's actually more enjoyable. So until next time, laissez, temps, rouler.